defending UAAP back-to-back champions, the Ateneo de Manila Blue Eagles. Shooting forward number 12, Kirk Long. Power forward number 21, Frank Golia. Center number 18, Justin Chua. At point guard number 6, Eman Montfort. Headed off guard number 11, Eric Salamat. The head coach of the Blue Eagles, coaching his 100th game today in the UAAP, Norman Black. And now, starting for the league-leading FEU Tamaros. At shooting forward, number 15, J.R. Kawaling. Power forward, number 20, Rael Cervantes. Center, number 17, Eldridge Ramos.
Jam-packed at Ateneo Coliseum. Saturday showcase, final day of the elimination. And it is just appropriate that number 1 and number 2 teams meet each other. Not only that, the best defensive team against the best offensive team. FEU being number 1 on offense. Ateneo overtaking number 1 on defense. They didn't start out that way, Marco. But it turned out at the end of the eliminations that they are ranked number 1 ahead of Adamson University. And at the time, even NU leading that category.
Exactly, Boom. And you can bet that Ateneo is really going to stress defense, especially knowing that it's R.R. Garcia they're going up against the FEU squad this afternoon.
Here we go. And it is Montfort starting for the very first time for the Blue Eagles this year in the UAAP. Just a footnote. Jens Nutel and Carl Cruz will be out due to sore eyes for FEU. Couple of misses for FEU. And Ateneo's on the run, courtesy of Eric Salamat, forcing the issue on the other side.
That's going to be crucial, Boom. Ateneo has to get out on the fast break. They're one of the league leaders in terms of fast break. They're going to have to capitalize on that if they want to really compete well against FEU.
They are actually on top of that category over DLSU. Something that Norman Black talked about even in the Phil Oil Flying V Invitational League. Marco, you remember saying he wanted to transform this team into the best fast-breaking team of the league come the season 73 of the UAAP. And right now, they're ranked number 1. Jessica Mendoza with more from that side. Jeff?
More than anything, Boom, momentum is what Coach Norman Black and the rest of the Blue Eagles are going after today. Momentum going into the Final Four, that is. According to Coach, this means that first they'll have to stop R.R. Garcia from repeating the 25 points of damage that he did against Ateneo in the first round. A victory today also means that the Blue Eagles have to control the defensive boards and offensively to break FEU's half-court track. When I asked him by what margin he wants to win today, Coach Norman told me, you want to win by as much as you can, but what's important is to win. If we have to go up against FEU at some later date, we want to have the mental confidence of knowing we can beat them. Boom and Marco?
That's true. You know, iba yung pakiramdam na alam mong natalo mo yung team just in case you meet again. And the only way these two teams are going to meet again is in the finals. As we look at the Corneto fast break, sarap ng fast break na yun. Parang Selecta Corneto, sarap ng 20. But to be technical about it, again, they have to win by 3 or more to be number 1 at the end of the elimination round and face LaSalle in the Final Four. As Kirk Long misses his first 3 attempts. Montfort tracking it down, and Eximiliano with the foul.
All number 5 being Eximiliano, his first 2 on the Tamaros.
The important thing for him was to have that psychological advantage and not the disadvantage that they know that they were not able to beat FEU during the entire elimination round.
Yakisobrang move brought to you by Nissin Yakisobra. Nissin Yakisobrang sarap, regardless of the points.
Yes.
By the way, let's go to the other side of things from the FEU camp. Stephanie C. back with a report.
Today is an important game for both teams, and as much as possible, the Tamaros want to conquer this match. It's going to be a challenge for them because what is at stake is their hold on the top spot. And by the end of the game, FEU still hopes to remain as the league leader. Being in the same position as they are last year, the memories are still fresh, and today is payback payback time for the Tamaraos. A while ago, the atmosphere in the dugout was pretty good as Coach Len just told the guys to play to win and of course to have fun. Sabi niya, kahit anong mangyari sa game na ito, basta give your best. On another note, like you already mentioned earlier, Boom, FEU will be missing its team captain Jens Utel as well as Brian Cruz because they are suffering from sore eyes. So Coach Glenn expects the others to step up and to fill the void. Boom and Marco.
Thank you very much, Stephanie C, for the Samsung courtside update. Samsung turn on tomorrow. Warning given already to both Salamat and Kawaling for unsportsmanlike conduct. Early in the game, referees Roque, Cornelio, and Manzano trying to set the tone of this playoff-like matchup between Ateneo and FEU.
This is going to be an interesting matchup. Salamat versus JR Kawaling. Kawaling has the height advantage. I think Salamat has the quickness advantage. Boom.
2 rebounds already for Montfort after 2 minutes of play here in the game. Ateneo behind by 2. Long. Chua from his favorite spot. Misses that one, and Aldrich Ramos, who is in the top 5 of rebounding, gets his first one for today.
Notice also, Boom, how R.R. Garcia is the one with the point guard duty. So let's see if the absence of Jens Utel takes a lot of energy away from R.R. Garcia, bringing down the ball the whole time.
Couple of rebounds, make that 3 for Aldrich Ramos, who is showing his might off the boards today in that sequence as we look at the Samsung instant replay. Samsung turn on tomorrow. First personal called on Eman Montfort. By the way, the last time these two teams met, 4 Ateneo players in double figures. But Jessica Mendoza mentioned the 25 points of R.R. Garcia. The key there was the 7 points in the 4th quarter.
Those 7 points, Boom, were practically in the last 3 minutes of the ballgame, which really spelled the difference.
6-2 is the score. 7:10 remaining in the first quarter. Long against Examiniano. The switch. Montfort. 7-minute mark. Golia. Got it. Oh boy, is he pumped.
And you know the big men of Ateneo are going to have to hit those medium range jumpers if they're going to draw away the big men of FEU, Aldrich and Real Cervantes.
Garcia, a couple of screens for him. Adjusts in midair. Nothing there. Salamat. Examiniano trying to slow him down. Salamat retains the dribble. Salamat pitches it to Montfort at the corner. Montfort short on the 3. And a rebound with JR Kawaling. 6:30 left. 6-4 is the score. Teams trying to set the pace for themselves. Cervantes, a handoff to Kawaling. Nothing there. Ramos again, puts it up and in. And for Aldrich Ramos, that is his 4th rebound of the game. 3 from the offensive end.
That is exactly the point that Coach Norm was stressing. They have to dominate or control the boards.
It will go to FEU after the missed attempt from the 3-point area by Eric Salamat. Let's look at a Powerade hyper play of the quarter. Get back on defense, push the ball on offense, step up your game with Powerade. And a PS Bank maasahan assist. Sobrang bilis na, may prime rebate pa. PS Bank home loan. R.R. Garcia playing a lot of point guard as you mentioned today. Usually, 2 guard siya, no, pag nandyan si Nutel.
And usually that's why he nakaka-pace siya. So pagdating ng 4th quarter, he's still pretty much fresh.
Aldrich Ramos again. We'll go to the line for 2 free throws.
That's the problem, Boom. FEU league leader in terms of second chance points. They average 13 a ball game. Ateneo is actually last with just 7 second chance points per ball game.
Nico Salva comes in for Justin Chua as we return to the ball game with 5:45 remaining. Aldrich Ramos, 4 rebounds, 3 offensive. And now, a 10-4 count and an 8-4 count in terms of rebounding, Mark.
Yes, and Nico Salva, I'd like to see him have a good game today. The first game against FEU, he top scored for Ateneo with 14 points. But in their last game against USC, he only had 3 points, if I'm not mistaken.
Actually, when you talk about Nico Salva, it's the whole second round that he struggled. First round, when Buenafe was struggling, Nico Salva was averaging 12.6 points. It has dropped to 5.3 in the second round as we look at this KFC Snack Box Hardcore Fan of the Game. Vote for your school, win 3 days free of KFC. But the reason why that's kind of offset is Buenafe, who used to average 5 points in the first round, has doubled it. Not only in terms of the points per game, the percentage of Buenafe is at 51% in the second round. Yep.
But definitely going to the Final Four, and especially for this game.
Sila pareho.
Yes, everybody has to start clicking, especially Nico Salva.
They're going to be really dangerous if that happens. Offensive rebound for the Blue Eagles. Salamat, what a setup, but what a block by Examiniano. Doing again the little things.
And there's no value you can put to that. That's priceless, Boom. Helping from the weak side against the big man of Ateneo is being Examiniano.
Rexonamen shot block. New Rexonamen unbeatable defense against Sweat. Salva, in and out. And a foul is called on an Ateneo. Yes.
Notice also, Boom, how the referees are keeping it tight, keeping the game in control.
His first 4 on the Blue Eagles.
Silverworks Hardcore Heartthrob, brought to you by Silverworks. Vote for your ultimate Hardcore Heartthrob. Look for Silverworks in Facebook now. Silverworks, wear it proud. 10-5. 5 minutes gone by in the first quarter. Ramos, top of the circle. R.R. Garcia looking to set up Real Cervantes against Nico Salva with 6 to shoot. Cervantes loves to do that spin. Salva checking. And a foul from behind from Examiniano. Basang-basa ni Salva yung ikot ni Cervantes doon.
That's good. That's good defense. Just stayed right in front of him. Forced him to the fadeaway.
Samsung turn on tomorrow. He rarely, if ever, turns to the other way. It's always to his left side to see Real Cervantes. No sign yet of people known for FEU, and Buenafe just checked in. So Salva and Buenafe now in. Buenafe right away. Salva from 16. Got it this time! And a 3-point play opportunity.
And expected to do that the whole game, Boom. Wait, bide his time at the top of the key, and then wait for the kick out. Force Real Cervantes out on defense.
Enervon steady energy for the UAP. Have steady energy with Enervon multivitamins. More energy, much happy. Mark Molina in that last game against UST mentioned how you could see it in the face of Nico Salva that he has lost a little bit of his confidence in terms of shooting after. It all started when he had that finger injury, Marco.
Yes. I was talking to one of the assistant coaches, Coach Mike. That finger injury, although it's already done, it still affected the second round of Nico Salva.
Partly, it's really psychological too, as FEU will retain possession here. People know that now we're coming for Real Cervantes. FEU shooting 4 out of 12. Ateneo at 3 out of 11. Sana coming in
Mendoza
for Kawalik.
for
And Mendoza for FEU, for Examiniano. Escueta coming in for Golias, the substitutes now. Taking their places here at the Araneta Coliseum. Garcia, quick release. And a foul, traveling.
Oh, it's traveling.
Referee saying no. Traveling first before the apparent foul. 10-8 is the score. First turnover of the game, by the way. Samsung instant replay catching that one. Samsung turn on tomorrow. Salva giving it up. Oh, great tap from behind by R.R. Garcia. 3-on-2 on the other end. Mendoza against Escueta. He still gave it up. And a turnover by FEU.
Both teams playing good transition defense.
Under 4 minutes. Salamat loses it on his own. Aldrich picking it up. Aldrich is a little bit tired. And the lead is only 2. Biggest lead of the ballgame was 6 for the league leaders. Ramos, he has the stroke from there. Short. He's getting tired, Marco.
You can see there's not much jump.
Salamat tells everybody to settle down. 15 on their 24. Salva going to his left. Sneaks in!
And Nico Salva knows that he has some bit of an advantage over People Nondu, especially from that distance.
He needs this game, this first quarter, to get that confidence back. He knows it. 3 minutes to play. Tied at 10. Second deadlock of the ball game. 6-0 run by the defending champions. Nondu is fouled as he positioned himself underneath. Somyuk's Insta-Cool play high performance in the quarter. Somyuk's 2-tap with Insta-Cool comfortably. Salva capping off that 6-0 run. He's feeling it as Ateneo calls the Samsung timeout turn on tomorrow. Focus of the UAAP, the Samsung Cheer Dance Competition 2010. Coach Glenn Capascio I hate to bring this up if you're an FEU fan, but he has lost the last 2 years in terms of the last elimination games, 08 and 09. And in the playoffs and Final Four, he has not won. He is 0-5. So towards the end of the season, Coach Glenn Cabasio is a grumpy man.
Well, exactly. I think it really spelled the difference. Losing at the last game of the elimination round really set the tempo or set the theme for their Final Four.
Salva, in the meantime, is 3 out of 4. Sanga, top of the circle, gets it to go. Sorry, quarter court 3 rather.
And Sanga and Terrence Romeo have to come up big, especially right now where R. Garcia is sitting on the bench, resting on the bench. The bench of FEU has to step up.
Oh, we expect R. Garcia to play a lot of minutes today, no? Pero pinahinga muna ni Coach Glenn. Terrence Romeo only had 2 points in that first game against Ateneo. Will play a crucial role. He's a different guy now here in the second round as we look at this clear anti-dandruff shampoo high precision stop of the game.
You can expect Coach Glenn to probably make the most of the rest time of R. Garcia. So Terrence Romeo has to step up.
3-point shot brought to you by Mentos Rainbow because it's better to know what's coming next. Sana, difficult angle, gets it up and in.
Baco Nostra has to play better defense. Sanga is, right now, he's the main option in terms of offense for FEU.
Hey, if you're Austria, I don't know how else you were going to play that shot. He just made a spectacular one. 16 seconds on the shot clock. 16-12 is the score in favor of FEU. Johnson for 3. Gets it to go. Wami Johnson averaging under 40% from beyond the arc this season.
And the 2 rookies, Wami Chongson and Terrence Romeo, going head-to-head.
An offensive foul on Paul Sanga as Baco Nostra trying to stop him from the cut. Hoop it up, we play your game. Look at this. No other way you're going to defend that.
That was a great ball fake there from Paul Sanga.
So that's 3 turnovers now for FEU, 3 for Ateneo. 3-point shot brought to you by Mentos Rainbow because it's better to know what's coming next. Johnson feeling it. Got it! 2 out of 2 off the bench. The former star from the Blue Eaglets. You know him very well, Marco.
Yes, and we know that Terrence Romeo can play good offense. Now Magic Johnson is going to see if he can play good defense on him as well.
2 stars from the juniors. Romeo will try to get it back from the elbow. Short. Great block out by Austria. Ateneo now with the lead, 17-16. Bringas on Salva. Salva. Pinapis ng konti as Sanga tracks down the rebound. Sanga waiting for more teammates. 25 seconds left in the first quarter. Bringas back to Romeo. Romeo back to Bringas. Bringas puts it on the floor. And then another offensive foul on FEU.
Great position there by Escueta. Standing his ground, getting the offensive for Bringas.
Again, maybe not what you want from our Bringas. Oh, not yet at least. You know he has it, but it's not his role yet to do that. Samsung instant replay. Samsung turn on tomorrow. But when you look at the FEU lineup right now, without Garcia, without Ramos, now who do you go to really?
That's why it was crucial that Paul Sanga hit his first couple of shots.
Oh, what a steal!
That's going to be an offensive foul by Wami Johnson.
Well, you told him. Better play, better defense. And he takes it away, timing it. Taking it away from Wami Johnson. Cool and clean steal brought to you by C2, the #1 ready-to-drink tea made from 100% natural green tea leaves. 2 seconds. Romeo drives. The floater. Rims out. And that will do it. For the first 10 minutes of the ballgame, FEU was ahead by as much as 6 points. Now they're behind by 1 point. Score update brought to you by KFC UAP Snack Box. Score: Austria, Buenafe, Escueta, Salva, and Johnson. For Ateneo, it is Romeo, Garcia, Bringas, Nondu, and Sanga para sa kupunan ng FEU. Steal by Buenafe. And a foul by Nondo preventing the fast break.
Good anticipation there by Ryan Buenafe. Look at the defensive end. It's Wami Johnson taking R. Garcia. And Baconoski are playing Paul Sanga now, boom.
Let's go to Stephanie C right now. Steph?
This face-off with the Blue Eagles is a chance for the Tamaraos to test themselves if they're ready for the semis and even the championship battle. Coach Glenn was content that FEU was able to start out strong, but he still continues to remind his boys to rebound and most especially to give the ball to the post. He further instructed them to neutralize the Blue Eagles' fast break as well as to work together by communicating inside the court. Coach Glenn said, yung skills andyan, pero magandang samahan ang dadala sa atin para manalo. So playing with a lot of heart and as one team with one goal, the Tamaraos will treat this game as a stepping stone and as a preparation for the Final Four. Boom and Marco.
Number 3 would be Adamson University. Number 4 is LaSalle. That was settled last Thursday as Bringas finally gets it up and in on the escape dribble.
That is more of the game that we want from Mark Bringas. One pump fake, dribble straight to the basket.
Obviously, he's got the upper body to finish and match up against Jumbo Escueta. So the lead swings back to FEU. Pressure from Romeo. Salva from 18, short. Romeo will track it down.
That was good defense, catch-up defense by people known to challenge his shot.
The future guard setup of FEU. Romeo and Garcia. Bringas gets it. Paul Sanga for another 3. Oh, that's an offensive foul called on Bringas. Couldn't control his momentum.
Good decision there by Ryan Buenafe to really get the charge because there was no way he could have helped out and recovered to Paul Sanga.
Second personal foul on this guy. As you look at a strong power move brought to you by PS Bank. Sobrang bilis na, may primary main pa. PS Bank home loan. Second with Jessica Mendoza now.
The Blue Eagles are going to have to play harder for the next 3 quarters, Boom, if they really want to win today. And you said it earlier, confidence is going to be a big factor. Coach Norman Black actually encouraged his players to shoot whenever they're open, and he still reminded them, however, of the importance of controlling the boards and really intensifying their defense. Now, very quickly about Wami Chongson, I asked him if a certain Jai Reyes had anything to do with his jersey number. He told me that while he's had number 5 since he was in high school, his former captain was a big influence on him and continues to help him improve his game. Boom and Marco?
Jai Reyes, of course, winning championships at both the high school and college levels. Johnson hoping to duplicate that, be part of that also as FEU with another offensive rebound, and that is Ramos with his 5th offensive rebound, 6 all in all.
And boom, you know, Ateneo has to do a better job on that. They already played pretty much good defense, forcing Bringas the outside shot, but they forgot to box out Aldrich Ramos, who already has 5 or 6 offensive rebounds.
5 out of the 6 rebounds as Johnson shoots again. This time it's short. And Bringas tapping it to Terrence Romeo. 7 minutes, 3-point lead for FEU. Romeo, step through, sets up Garcia, 0 out of 2 before that big 3.
And if you're Ateneo, you have to locate where R. Garcia, because it only takes a split second for him to launch that 3-pointer.
1 out of 3 from the field for one of the leading MVP candidates. Buenafe, double team on him. The repost. Buenafe uses his bulk and puts it up and in.
And they're going to try to do that the whole afternoon, either post up Paul Sanga, Kawaling, or even R. Garcia. They're going to try to exploit that mismatch. Boom.
23-19, 6-20. High quality ball game, Marco, so far. Romeo up and in. Yes.
Not much Nico Salva could do. Romeo has so many tricks up his offensive sleeve.
Well, we're barely scratching the surface for this kid. Coming up the 6-minute mark. Here comes Salva, hammered. And a foul prior to the Justin Chua shot. Let's look at a clear man position stop. Clear anti-dandruff shampoo, high precision stop of the game. Also, Garcia featured in that one. How about this one? A 3-point shot brought to you by Mentos Rainbow. Because it's better to know what's coming next. R. Garcia, 40% shooter also from beyond the arc.
And immediately Coach Norman sends back Eman Monfort because during Monfort's stint, R. Garcia was scoreless from the field.
2 personal fouls on him already, R. Garcia. So they sit, so they'll play through it, rather. He is going to be on Eric Salamat pa. So that's something that he has to be careful about. Salamat trying to draw that 3rd foul.
That is good defense, Boom. R. Garcia just staying straight up, not fouling Eric Salamat.
Timeout brought to you by Samsung. Turn on tomorrow. Back in a moment. Back here at the Araneta Coliseum. 5:46 to play. And FEU in the lead by 6. That man, 2 personal fouls on R.R. Garcia. Buenafe sets up Chua. Chua comes up short. Offensive rebound.
Great effort there by Justin Chua, sticking to the play, not giving up on it. FEU dropping down to their 2-3 zone that occasion.
Averages almost 3 offensive rebounds. 3 of his 6. Talking about Chua. Romeo from 16.
Ateneo had to play better defense than that. Chua did well showing on the ball screen, but Eric Salamat was too deep.
Terrence Romeo, just a different player now compared to the player who played against Ateneo in that first round, where he was trying to still wet his feet, so to speak. Salamat from up top. Long. And the tap going to Montfort. Montfort sets up Buenafe underneath. Buenafe! The bag in the pocket.
What a move, bro. And time there by Ryan Buenafe.
He has this ability to just use his body and, of course, stay up in the air just a split second more. The control, the finish. It is our featured play for the Alaksan FR Araico Galinco shot of the game. Alaksan FR Araico Galinco. Since the start of the second round, he has seemed to come up with spectacular shots every game, at least one.
And I think the reason for that, Ryan Buenafe has great balance. So even though may contact na, he still manages to balance himself and get that shot off.
Nevertheless, FEU pa rin ang may kalamangan. 27-23. Ramos from 3. And the tap. And it will stay. No, it will go to the Blue Eagles, who are behind by 4.
That time, better job on defense.
4:30 to play. Montfort getting away from Romeo. Met by Cervantes. Looking for the roadblock. De La Cruz, by the way, is in the goal game already. Short on the teardrop and a foul call on another Tamarao.
That's going to be there for Art De La Cruz. Whenever FEU doubles the man using the ball screen, he's going to be open. So that's his shot. He has to hit that.
Kawaling, second personal foul for Kawaling. R.R. Garcia of the FEU Tamaraos together with Nico Salva of the Ateneo Blue Eagles, both wearing Nike's latest kicks, the Nike Zoom Hyperfuse. The Nike Zoom Hyperfuse incorporates awesome new technology that delivers a strong, breathable, and lightweight structure that promises to deliver explosive on-court performances. The Nike Zoom Hyperfuse is now available in select Nike stores. Custom colored pack for their teams.
It's nice how they have the team colors now, dude.
27-24 now. Garcia playing with 2 personals. Montfort hounding him. Cervantes, Romeo. Kawaling to Ramos. Money in the bank.
Good ball movement there by FEU, not settling for a quick shot. Moving the ball around, finding the open man in Aldrich Ramos.
3 out of 5, 8 points for Ramos. Again, Salama trying to draw that foul from Garcia, backing him down.
And they're going to expect them to go to that the whole afternoon. They're going to try and post up R. Garcia and exploit the mismatch.
5 points for Salamat. 3 points separating these two teams.
So imagine he's playing defense on the post and he's bringing the ball up on offense. So let's see how that affects his game going to the latter half of this game.
Traveling infraction called on R.R. Garcia, who averages 32 minutes a game. PS Bank maasahan assist, sobrang bilis na, may prime rebate pa. PS Bank home loan. Mabantayan natin ang mga minuto niyan ni R.R. Garcia. Kirk Long is back in the game.
Kirk Long not playing that many minutes here in the first half. He was here in the first part of the first quarter.
Buenafe, even from the outside. By the way, for Buenafe, that is only his second conversion out of 25 attempts from the three-point area. Romeo splitting the double team and drawing the foul.
That's going to be big for Ateneo. If he can hit that consistently, going to force J.R. Kawaling to come out and open up the defense of FEU.
Timeout brought to you by Samsung. Turn on tomorrow. FEU is the one that's in penalty.
And
And another foul.
That's going to be big. That's going to be the third foul of R.R. Garcia.
Offensive foul on number 8, R.R. Garcia, his third.
Third personal
That's the
foul,
third
Garcia. KFC Snack Box Hardcore Fan of the Game. Vote for your school. Win 3 days free of KFC. And that's the risk of playing him there, as FEU has committed its 8th turnover of the game. They are the best in terms of keeping turnover numbers down. Now is a true test for FEU.
Yes, let's see if Terrence Romeo and Eximignano can pick up the scoring and carry this team without R.R. Garcia.
Ateneo, who just joined us, has to win by 3 or more to take the #1 spot, because they have the better difference, quotient difference. Dun sa points for divided by points against all of the teams that they played against here in the elimination round. Very slight difference, 1.14 for Ateneo, 1.10 for FEU. Buenafe again, short. Chua again for another offensive rebound. Kurt Long gives it back to Salamat at the 2-minute mark of the first half. Salamat draws Eximignano underneath the Chua. Overshoots the mark. Ateneo in the lead by 2, 31-29.
Ateneo sticking to their man-to-man.
14 on the shot clock. Romeo against Kurt Long. Stops on a dime. Cervantes, top shot. Ramos pushed from behind. Kurt Long now on the attack. Goes up, and in!
And that's what we talked about at the top of the coverage, Boom. Ateneo will run on every opportunity that it has to take advantage of the fast break points.
4-0 in favor of Ateneo for fast break points. 118, 4-point lead. Biggest lead for the defending champions. And the 9th turnover for FEU.
And FEU looks a little bit lost without R.R. Garcia manning the point. So this is going to be the test for Terrence Romeo.
Powerade hyper play of the quarter. Get back on defense. Push the ball on offense. Step up your game with Powerade. Cornetto fast break courtesy of Kurt Long. Sarap ng fast break na yun. Parang Selecta Cornetto. Sarap ng 20.
And you know, Boom, going to the Final Four, this is what FEU has to learn, because not every time R.R. Garcia is going to be there during the whole game.
Buenafe. Salamat. Eximignano covering him. Salamat comes up short. Bringas high up for that rebound. The lead is still 4. 45 seconds remaining.
So far, FEU doing a great job limiting the attempts, the opportunities of Ateneo off the glass.
Sanga for 3. Gets it to go!
And that is big. That is big. I think he's still pretty much perfect from three-point land.
2 out of 2 for Paul Sanga. Boy, they needed that. The lead is 1. Buenafe doesn't get the roll, and the ball will stay with the defending champions with a chance for the last shot. Let's look at this. Sanga. Solmuk's Insta-Cool play high performance of the quarter. Solmuk's True Tab with Insta-Cool cup relief.
Ateneo looks like they're going to go for the last shot. Expect this is a two-man game between Justin Chua and Eric Salamat.
FEU is in the penalty. Salamat crossing over. Salamat gets away. Right-handed layup doesn't work. Salamat gets it back. And a foul by Nondu. Eric Salamat, #1 in steals. Almost all throughout 2 rounds of the elimination round. And look at that tap.
Yung tinatawag na bilis ng kamay na lang, Boom. Not giving up on the play was Eric Salamat.
Ateneo in the second quarter, more offensive rebounds than FEU.
And more turnovers for FEU, 6-1 in favor of Ateneo.
2 free throws for Eric
Salamat,
Salamat.
top 5 in assists, top 5 in steals. On the line to try to extend this 1-point lead. Now he's tired. No question about that. 33-32 is our score. Salamat has played 10 minutes so far, but 10 very heavy minutes.
Missing both.
That was the 5th offensive rebound of Ateneo in this quarter.
33 to 32.
But the lead is 1.
Right now, Ateneo doing a better job compared to the first game. In the first game, they ended the half 35 to 30 in favor of FEU. Now it's 33-32 in favor with Ateneo with a slim margin.
Don't forget to check out the Samsung UAP Sports Center on Studio 23. Ateneo with the ball and the turnover to start the second half. Leading scorers of the game so far, Brian Buenafe, followed by Salva and Salamat. For FEU, Marco, sino ba naumuna?
Terrence Ramos and Paul Sanga both with 8 points. Terrence Romeo with 4. R. Garcia only has 3 points in this ball game, and he also has 3 fouls, so
And
that is the big thing.
That's why he's not on the floor right now, the playing floor. Foul is called on Frank Golia.
So you can be sure Terrence Romeo will see extended minutes because Coach Glenn, I'm sure, will not risk a 4th foul for R. Garcia this early in the second half.
Romeo averaging only 18 minutes. Good number if you're a rookie, obviously.
Yes, exactly.
I say only as compared to a 32-minute average by R.R. Garcia, playing in his second year. Last year, Ateneo and FEU disputed number 1 also. In the last game of the second round, Ateneo was 12-1, FEU was 11-2, if you guys remember. Ateneo prevailed 74-73 after being behind by 18 points at one point in that game.
That was a big comeback, and that really spelled the difference going to the Final Four for FEU.
And the rumors swirled about, the controversy on the FEU side. They did not play with Mark Baroka in the Final Four. As we look at the KFC Snack Box Hardcore Fan of the Game, vote for your school, win 3 days free KFC. And that's the reason why FEU was a little bit of a different team. Not to make an excuse for them, but they were a little bit of a different team facing the UE Red Warriors, who took them to a sudden death, won 2 straight games, and eventually faced Ateneo in the finals. I'm sure Jessica Mendoza remembers that very clearly. Jessica?
I do, Boom, don't worry. The first thing now that Coach Norman Black told the Blue Eagles in the dugout was that they're going to have to make their free throws in the next couple of quarters. Another thing that he pointed out that wasn't working so well was the pick and roll. He told them that the bigs are going to have to communicate with the guards and help them out in taking the ball inside. The boys were also told to play straight up defense instead of gambling. Don't mistake putting pressure on the ball as stealing, Coach insisted. Just stay on your man and make it hard for them to pass the ball. Coach wrapped up halftime by telling the Blue Eagles to get physical. Don't let them just run anywhere they want. Boom and Marco?
Thank you very much. Samsung courtside update. Samsung turn on tomorrow. 35-34, FEU back in the lead.
That time, Boom, Cervantes getting physical on Frank Golia. Nothing much Golia could do with that.
Chua from 16, that's off the mark. Romeo snatches another rebound, his 3rd of the game.
That was a hurried shot with Terrence Romeo challenging him. It was Justin Chua.
Cervantes unable to finish. Gets it back. And there was a call. Oh, he was stepping on the baseline, something we could not hear. Yakisobrang move brought to you by Nissan Yakisoba. Nissan Yakisobrang sarap. And again, Real Cervantes loves to spin back to his left.
They're probably going to have to send a little bit of help for Frank Golia. One-on-one coverage might not be enough against Real Cervantes.
Let's check in with Stephanie C this time. Steph?
Tamaraos were able to start off strong, and now that they're on the lead, they will attempt to finish even stronger. Coach Glenn knows that his boys have talent, they have character, and they know how to play with a lot of heart. So he believes that they can win this game as long as they play to their full capabilities. During the dugout, Coach was very frustrated and angry because his boys failed to execute even the simplest plays. He said, si Salamat na nakalusot sa inyo. Paano siya nakapasok? Ang liit-liit niya kasi mautak siya. So for the second half, he wants the team to execute properly, play smart, and to give the ball to the post. Boom and Marco.
Thank you very much, Stephanie. Samsung courtside update. Brought to you by Samsung. Turn on tomorrow, just like that. But she was reporting FEU getting the lead. And Real Cervantes 4 out of 10 from the field, tying the ball game at 37 all, Marco.
And so far, Real Cervantes, that's what they've been doing, hitting him in the post, and he's taking advantage of his matchup as Eric Salamat. Exactly what Coach Glenn wanted them to prevent. Eric Salamat getting through.
Almost a takeaway by the very pesky Evan Montfort. 39-37 now. Salamat with 9 points in the game.
They're going to try and post up Terrence Ramos again.
When he moves out, Sanga from way out. Gets it to go!
And the guy is still perfect from the three-point land.
3 out of 3. 11 points. All Sanga, it's that kind of an afternoon for him so far. Salva, nowhere to go. Kirk Long puts it on the floor, goes to the other side, could not finish. Chua losing the ball, scramble for that one. It ends up with Montfort, but there was a kick. And it will be FEU possession.
It's FEU basketball.
I still like the effort put up by Justin Chua, keeping the ball alive, except for kicking violation, as we see the three-point shot of Eman Montfort.
See two three-point shots. This one from way out. Brought to us by Mentos Rainbow because it's better to know what's coming next.
Wala kang magagawa dun if you're Kirk Long.
40-39. Kawaling gives up the dribble. Garcia's back. And a foul committed by Nico Salva as Real Cervantes tries to post him up.
That's going to be a difficult matchup, either if it's Nico Salva or Frank Golia. Real Cervantes has the height, and he's also not as he's also quick for a big man.
Samson turn on tomorrow. That's the replay of the foul. Brought to us by Samson. Sanga now long all over him. Cervantes. Dribble, penetration, drive. Everything but the shot. Long gives it up to Salamat on the other end. 6:20 to play. FEU with a 1-point lead. Salamat recovering. Cervantes has Garcia on the other side. Garcia says, I'm not giving this one up.
That's the 7th turnover for Ateneo. FEU capitalizing on the fast break. That's their first pair of fast break points for FEU.
Clock 21 seconds.
6:07 remaining. This is where Salamat slides. Oh, he stepped on Justin Chua's foot. And Cervantes with a clear anti-dandruff shampoo high precision stop of the game, which brings us to the Corneto fast break. Sarap ng fast break na yun. Parang select ang Corneto. Sarap ng 20. And the 4th personal foul on R.R. Garcia, who just could not resist getting into that jar and trying to get some candy.
That was really not a smart play on the part of R.R. Garcia. Maybe if he had only 1 or 2 fouls, but with 3 fouls, definitely a bad move.
Timeout brought to you by Samsung. Back here at the Big Dome, FEU's lead cut down to 2. R.R. Garcia, 4 personal fouls, 16 minutes of action. And for Garcia, only 5 points for him. So again, FEU tested here with their down. By the way, without Nuttall, out with sore eyes also. Cervantes gets the seal and also gets blocked from behind. 10 on the shot clock. Sanga back to Romeo. Romeo attempts the 3. Got it!
Somebody left Terrence Romeo wide open. Terrence Romeo can hit that 3. So far, other guys have stepped up. Paul Sanga, Real Cervantes, and Terrence Romeo stepped up in the absence of R.R. Garcia.
7 points, 3 out of 5 for the hot shot rookie. Oh, that's a foul. That's an obvious foul on J.R. Kawaling trying to contain Eric Salamat. Let's look at this. Powerade hyper play of the quarter. Get back on defense, push the ball on offense. Step up your game with Powerade. Incredible confidence. But by the way, FEU has not missed from beyond the arc today. 5 out of 5. 3 for Paul Sanga, 1 for Garcia. That last one.
Terrence Romeo.
3 personals also for J.R. Kawaling. We're trying to fend off this Ateneo squad. Montfort gets away, draws the foul.
So smart play there by Eman Montfort. Once he got the step, forced the body contact on Terrence Romeo.
Haynes school cheer. Haynes, America's leading underwear brand. Montfort from the free throw line. He's won a couple of games from that area.
Eman Montfort, a 71, so very good. Pretty good free throw shooter, misses the first.
The dispute for number 1. Ateneo has to win by 3 or more to become number 1 and set up a very tasty matchup against their arch rivals in the Final Four. Ball will go to FEU on the hounding of Terrence Romeo. And we've said this before, Marco, this guy can also play defense. He's got good lateral movement, and he's got also, obviously, very athletic, but it was Montfort who forces a turnover there in that sequence.
That's the 11th turnover of FEU compared to 7 for Ateneo.
Oh, Justin Chua not giving up on the play.
And he's done that the whole game, not giving up on any plays, creating second chance opportunities for the Blue Eagles.
All of his rebounds today are offensive. 3. A foul away from the play, if I'm not mistaken. Let's look at this setup job by Kirk Long. Justin Chua gets it back and tips it right back in for Solmyuk's Insta-Cool play. High performance of the quarter. Solmyuk's 2-tap with Insta-Cool cuff relief.
And boom, that is the third foul of Nico Salva. So FEU without R. Garcia on the floor, looking to take advantage of the mismatches on the post.
Romeo again for 3. FEU 6 out of 6. 4 out of 6 for the guy. Second triple of the ball game.
And Edmond Monfort should not underestimate the shooting ability of Terrence Romeo.
Nor should you underestimate the shooting of Nico Salva, especially from about 15 to 18 feet. And today is his best shooting day in a long time. 9 points for Salva.
We were talking about this at the start of the game. He's one of the guys who has to step up going to the Final Four for Ateneo.
Under 4 minutes to play. The lead is 3 for FEU. Monfort lets it fly and lets the ball go to his team. After we look at this Yaki Sobrang move brought to you by Nissin Yaki Soba. Nissin Yaki Sobrang sarap. So they've been able to fend off Ateneo so far. PS Bank assist. Maasahan assist. Sobrang bilis na. May prime rebate pa. PS Bank home loan.
And you know what FEU is doing is they're buying time for R. Garcia, because even without him on the floor, Ateneo not getting it, not being able to capitalize.
Monfort, 6 points in the game. Outsmarting Romeo in that sequence.
That time Romeo looking for the help. Where was the help defense he was telling Paul Sanga?
Point guard matchup here. Sanga nowhere to go. Gives it up to Ramos all alone for this one.
Maganda pa, boom. Big presence of mind there by Paul Sanga, finding Aldrich Ramos.
50-47, 3 minutes and change left in the third. De La Cruz for the pick, Monfort for the wild 3. And the ball will go to FEU.
I think Coach Norman probably wanted the ball to move a little more on that possession.
Unilab quality moment of the game, trusted quality healthcare. Look at Sanga not panicking, finding Aldrich Ramos for FEU's 6th assist of the game.
And these two teams lead the league. Ateneo leads the league with 17 assists per ball game. FEU with 16. Right now they have 7 and 6 respectively.
Which is a low number.
Yes.
Obviously. The defense has a lot to do with that. Under 3 minutes. Nondu is back. Against Escueta. Nondu gives up the dribble. He can't shoot from there. He misses that one though. And Buenafe making sure of that rebound.
And I think Ateneo will live with that jumper from Pipo Nondu rather than him getting the offensive rebound close to the basket.
Nondu on the switch. It will be FEU ball.
Good help defense there by Paul Sanga.
Timeout brought to you by Samsung. Turn on tomorrow. Showcase, FEU maintaining the 3-point lead. The 3-point shooting has been superb for them. And just as I mentioned that, they missed their first one after 6 attempts.
But Bringas keeping the ball alive for FEU.
Bringas puts it on the floor, strong drive.
That was all made up by the fake to pass to Terrence Romeo. Art De La Cruz biting on that fake. Open lane for Mark Bringas.
5-point lead. You do remember the first time these two teams met, right? Marco, especially in that 4th quarter. It was one spectacular play after the other. Both teams. Our rebound brought to you by Magnolia Brew Fresh Low-Fat Milk. Drink your Magnolia milk. Brian Buenafe.
It looks like it's going to be that way, boom.
3 personal fouls on Pipo Nondu as Jumbo Escueta takes 2. FEU is over the limit.
Ateneo only shooting 6 for 15 from the free throw line. As we see our Garcia, FEU at 4 for 6.
Garcia 4 fouls and FEU is still in command. Good sign for them. They win, they obviously secure the #1 spot. Ateneo needs to win by 3 or more for those who just tuned in. Oh, that's a foul. Salamat on Bringas. Oh, there's no need for second motion.
That's really a useless foul if that's on Eric Salamat.
I don't know. It looked unintentional. Salamat apologizes to Bringas. And A reaction coming from Paul Sanga and Jumbo Escueta, but it looked unintentional. Let's see. Here's the cut. Yun eh, sinusundot niya yung bola. Napagkamalan.
Yeah, he wasn't even looking at Mark Bringas. Ganun lang talaga kabilis yung play. And salamat.
Well, Sanga, too much of a reaction there, probably. The referees taking control of it. Bringas feeling it this time. Nondo, offensive rebound, a fake, stripped of possession. Bringas again. But Escueta says enough is enough.
It's a lucky break there for Ateneo. Art de la Cruz getting left behind again by Mark Bringas.
Oh,
That's going to be an offensive foul.
erased.
Offensive ball on number 16, Jason Escueta.
Jumbo Escueta.
Direct
Let's look at
ball
that.
for Eric Salamat.
Damn. That's a tough call to make, huh?
Looks like Escueta was also 50-50.
You know, when you're that big, it's always a tough call.
Yeah, and especially if the guy who gets hit wasn't looking, so automatically it's going to be off balance.
And they'll usually say, kasalanan yun nung may hawak ng bola na dapat hindi pa gumalaw. Romeo. Examiniano. Long. And Buenafe with a rebound. Kirk Long against two defenders. Forces this one up. A minute and loose change. 4-point spread. Romeo. Crossover. Off the glass. Too strong. Buenafe tipping it to himself. Buenafe against two defenders. Buenafe all the way.
Smart play by Ryan Buenafe, cradling the ball so that no hands could swipe it away from him.
There are just some players who become faster when they have the ball, when they dribble. Buenafe seems to steamroll when he has that ball, as you look at the Samsung instant replay. Samsung turn on tomorrow. Not the fastest of guys on the run, but may mga taong ganun pag hawak yung bola.
And the nice thing about that, he was still in control.
2 out of 4 from the line, though, for Mr. Buenafe, the former San Sebastian Staglet and former Rookie of the Year. The lead is only 2 as we approach the business end of this quarter. Bringas with a cut against Golia. Bringas underneath, feeling very confident today.
And he feels he has the quickness advantage against the big men of Ateneo, in particular Frank Golia and Art de la Cruz. So far, he's taken advantage of that.
Third personal. Frank Golia.
Shooting 2.
Bringas. So far, 4 points. Bringas, on the average, plays around 10 minutes a ball game for FEU today, exactly where he is. 10 minutes, and it seems like he's going to play more.
And that is just a luxury Coach Glenn has. Even without Aldrich Ramos, without Real Cervantes, even Ara Garcia on the floor, they're still leading this ballgame, boom.
Mendoza will replace Sanga now for FEU, playing without Nutel, playing without Carl Cruz, both suffering from sore eyes. Johnson now in the ballgame also for the defending champions. Johnson pitches it up. Romeo tracking it down. 20 seconds at the last shot.
Smart move there by Romeo, setting it up for the final shot of the game.
Look at the clock, it reads 12. Many times in his high school career, he has had the ball in these situations. He's up against Ryan Buenafe. Romeo drives, gives it up to Examiniano. Up and out. Too much English on that ball. 54-50. Score update brought to you by KFC. UAAP Stack Box. Score for your school with a Shoot Your Vote promo by KFC. Terrence Romeo in this game. 10 points, 6 rebounds on 4 out of 6 shooting so far. And he has kept Ateneo at bay together with a little bit of help from Bringas and Sanga, while R.R. Garcia is on the bench with 4 personal fouls. Back in a moment with the fourth quarter. Of the fourth quarter, Examiniano, Romeo, the hot hand, continues to burn. Noandu, Bringas, and Mendoza for FEU. Jessica Mendoza, the other Mendoza. Let's check in with her for a report.
In the that a band needs all its members to work together, Boom, for a song to come out right. The Blue Eagles need to coordinate their offense in order to come up with a win today. Coach Norman Black said in the huddle, I don't want to see any solo acts out there. I want you guys to work together to get a good shot. Coach also pointed out that they got to space themselves properly on offense and to be extra aggressive on defense. Finally, he repeated his reminder about free throws. You got to make your foul shots, guys. We're 9 out of 18. Boom and Marco.
Thank you very much, Jessica Mendoza, for a Samson courtside update. Samson turn on tomorrow. Hard foul by Romeo. Both of them flying as Kirk Long was attempting a shot. PS Bank, strong power move. Ito muna, sobrang bilis na. May prime rebate pa, PS Bank home loan. This was to start the fourth quarter. An unsportsmanlike foul will be called on Terrence Romeo after the referees talked about it. Your interpretation, Marco.
I'd like to see that one more time, bro, because that looked like a playoff foul, you know.
It looked like just a hard foul at first. Let's see
what he went for.
I would have to agree with you on that one.
Yeah, I think he went for the ball on that one.
Yung ano lang, yung
Body contact.
Oo, yung parang yung aftermath nung block dahil may foul sa katawan, medyo mukhang malala, no? Pero it might not have been an unsportsmanlike foul, but of course, the referees know better. Samson courtside update courtesy of Stephanie C.
It's been a seesaw game for the last 3 quarters, so for this last one, it's essential for the Tamaraws to deliver during the most crucial stretches. It only takes 3 points for the Blue Eagles to remove FEU from their spot, and the team knows that what's important now is to keep the lead as much as possible. Actually, Coach then told me earlier that the goal is of course to emerge victorious, but win or lose, he also said that they're willing to accept that fate. Sabi nga niya, kung destiny natin makalaban La Salman o Adamson, we will accept that at kakalabanin namin sila. Going against the defending champion, the Tamaraws knew that it wouldn't be easy. So they really plan on giving their all for the last stretches by diving for loose balls, challenging every shot, and playing hard on defense. Boom and Marco.
Thank you for the Samson courtside update. Boy, this Ateneo crowded the Ateneo Coliseum all up from their seats after the bang in the bucket, courtesy of Justin Chua. The find by Ryan Buenafe. PS Bank maasahan assist. Sobrang bilis na. May prime rebate pa. PS Bank home loan. You know, I was just about to say, Marco, keeping a lead is much tougher than actually going for it, especially pag ganito yung laro na tikitan. And at some point, these two teams have traded leads also. And the fourth quarter has been a problem for FEU. In some instances, also for Ateneo, even in the wins, alam naman natin, Ateneo has let some teams come back also. But FEU, in the 2 losses that they've had, Marco, you know this, against LaSalle, against Adamson, they only average, what, 6 points?
Around thereabouts, Boom. And R. Garcia was pretty much absent in that fourth quarter in those losses. And you know, against a team like Ateneo, who is a back-to-back champion team, they have the confidence to go into a fourth quarter down and still know that they can pull it off.
Especially kung ganun lang, apat lang yung kalamangan. Okay, let me be precise. 7.5 points for FEU in the 2 losses in the fourth quarter. That was against Adamson, and that was against LaSalle. So let's see. And remember, R.R. Garcia has only played sparingly in this game because of the 4 personals. So it's tough to expect him to just all of a sudden turn on that switch, you know? Oh, Real Cervantes, still not getting lucky. Buenafe takes care of it. Ateneo on the run. Set up to Buenafe. Buenafe up and in!
And so far, it has been the fast breaking of Ateneo that has kept them in this ball game.
Down by 4, now up by 3. The defending champions with 7:25 remaining, and FEU has to talk about it. Back here, the fourth quarter is down to 7 minutes, 16 seconds. FEU behind by 3. Oh, what an adjustment by Real Cervantes. Crucial timeout by Coach Glenn Capacio, Marco.
Great pass also by R.R. Garcia, finding Cervantes, who hung in the air for that.
That breaks the 8-0 run by Ateneo in the last 2 minutes of the game.
And then boom, again, like what we said at the top of the coverage, you touched on this. Ateneo, 10 fast break points compared to 2 for FEU, but FEU 9 fast second chance points compared to 8 for Ateneo.
Salva not giving up. Salva 13 points on 6 of 10 shooting today, 5 rebounds. Remember, again, sorry for sounding like a broken record, but Ateneo needs to win by 3 or more to be the #1 team after the eliminations. And that is where the lead is at right now, 62-59. 59.
Ryan Buenafe has done a great job defensively rebounding for Ateneo.
In and out, halfway in for Kirk Long. Sanga has cooled down. Ramos from 13. Still no go. And Ateneo will give the ball back to FEU.
And that was Eximiliano against 2 or 3 Ateneo players keeping the ball alive.
Sarap ng fast break na yun. Parang Selecta Corneto, sarap ng 20. That's Buenafe finishing. Powerade hyper play of the quarter. Get back on defense, push the ball on offense, step up your game with Powerade. And another conversion by Cervantes, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. So Nico Salva getting caught off guard there on the back pick.
62-61.
Now FEU going with the zone at the crucial time of this ballgame.
But Justin Chua showing the reverse spin, giving Cervantes a dose of his own medicine. 64-61, and just like the first matchup back in July 11, it is the players making the plays right now, Marco, for both teams really trying to outdo each other. Cervantes, 13 points and 6 of 18 shooting. Solmuk's insta-cool play, the knockout play, high performance of the quarter. Solmuk's true tab with insta-cool cup relief. And a Yakisobra move by Justin Chua with a right-handed finish brought to you by Nissin Yakisoba. Nissin Yakisobrang sarap.
That was a good move there. A real Cervantes caught off guard because Justin Chua, the lefty, that time going with the right, protecting the ball with his body.
FEU and Ateneo battling for #1 position exactly last year, season 72. 3 years, Coach Glenn Capasio, make that 2 years, has not won the last game of the elimination round. 2008, 2009. He wants to break that streak today. Chua again. Chua for the 3rd time.
That time, the towers of FEU corralling that rebound.
1-4 on Garcia. Ramos trying to go for the look away. Preventive foul by J.R. Kawaling on the rushing Kirk Long. KFC Snack Box, hardcore fan of the game. Vote for your school with 3 days free of KFC. 13th turnover, by the way, by FEU. That's this one that we're talking about. Clear anti-dandruff shampoo, high precision stop of the game.
But they've done a better job in the second half. Remember, at the end of the first half, they were at 10 turnovers. Only 3 turnovers so far in the second half.
Kirk Long gets it to go! And the lead now up to 4.
And what a time for Ateneo to start hitting it from the outside. 9 points. So that's the
8 points for Kirk Long. Mentos Rainbow conversion. 3-point shot brought to you by Mentos Rainbow. It's better to know what's coming next. And boy, the decibel levels here at the Atlanta Coliseum with that shot.
Ateneo now 4 for 14 from the 3-point line. FEU 7 for 8.
Garcia joining the party. Not today. He's been cold, obviously. Bring us again. Not that time.
Bringas is down on the floor.
Oh, he's not getting up. Oh, they stopped the play. But
you can't
FEU
do that.
doesn't have the ball. Coach Jamaic is complaining about the fact that play was stopped even if Ateneo had the ball.
Yes. So that is the point of contention.
But FEU complaining at the fact that Bringas was not fouled in this play. Too far for us to determine anything. Coach Glenn, his hands up. Look clean.
If ever there was a foul, it would probably be on Monfort for cutting across the lane.
Oo nga, tama ka.
But the thing that Ateneo is contesting is that you cannot stop a play if it's the opponent's possession.
Nevertheless, it will be Ateneo ball at 67-63, 4:20 remaining. The 4 fouls on Garcia has really hurt him. Even his rhythm here, Marco.
Hasn't really gotten going.
Monfort again. Not that time. Offensive rebound again for Chua. And a recycled shot clock for Ateneo.
Wise
That is
move there.
Chua with 5 offensive rebounds. Salamat steps back, puts it up, and in!
Great separation there by Eric Salamat.
69-63. Ateneo looks like they want to pull away, but just when I say that, Aldrich Ramos with a bang at the bucket.
Again, the other players stepping up. Aldrich Ramos, at the third quarter, Terrence Romeo stepping up for FEU without R.R. Garcia.
Here's that escape dribble, little step back. Salamat with the familiar salute. And Salamat with 9 points in the game. Ramos inviting the contact, kissing it off the glass to make it 69-65. Ramos started off for FEU. 4 points, 8 all in the first half, but those offensive rebounds, and he had 6 offensive in the first half.
But so far, it's only now in the fourth quarter where he's showed himself once again.
69-66, 3:30 remaining. Salamat for 3. Gets it to go, look at that.
J.R. Kawaling fighting under that Nico Salva screen. Bad decision there.
Doesn't hurt to be a little lucky too. Garcia forcing the issue now.
So far, Garcia still scoreless here in the fourth quarter.
Salamat thought about it. Salva with 15 to shoot. 72-66. This match is the biggest lead of either team right now. Salamat for 3. And Romeo picking it up. You know, FEU shooting better from beyond the arc at 7 out of 8 in total. But Ateneo here with 2 crucial triples. And again, Garcia.
And it has been one and done for FEU.
And I think that Garcia is really forcing to try to get his touch back. And a foul by Aldrich Ramos on the Justin Chua spin. 22-12, Marco, here in the fourth quarter so far for Ateneo.
That's really a big disparity, especially for a team like FEU, who scores in the 70s each ball game.
Yeah, because we entered the fourth quarter at 54-50. Now remember, FEU is the #1 team offensively, averaging 75 points. Garcia 0 out of 4 in this quarter as he tries to force his way getting back his stroke. He's been in the freezer for a very long time because of 4 personal fouls. Off the foot of Paul Sanga with 14 seconds remaining.
And in their first game move in the first round, it was FEU that outscored at the end of the fourth, 21-17.
Salamat. The tap going back to Ateneo.
Ateneo getting the breaks.
Yeah, you're right. Almost a fresh shot clock. 22 seconds. 6-point lead. Turk Long taking the pass. Elbow shot is short. Easy rebound for Ramos.
Let's see if FEU is able to set up. They've not been able to set up a good play in the past 2 possessions.
Gut check time brought to you by PS Bank. Sobrang bilis na, may prime rebate pa. PS Bank home loan. Business end of the game. 72-68. 4 points. And again, Ateneo winning, needing to win by 3 or more to get the #1 spot. The 73rd season of the UAAP. Chua puts it up, rims out. Romeo with a rebound. This is going to be a strange feeling if, let's say, Ateneo only wins by 2. You know, yung mga ganung sitwasyon, ano? And if you're FEU, obviously you're not going to be happy even if you're at #1. As Romeo gets it to drop.
Big time play by Terrence Romeo.
Big time indeed. Premier shot. 72-70, 15 points. Back after this timeout. Back here for the last minute and 14 seconds of this game. 72-70 for Ateneo.
This is going to be crucial, Boom.
Go to Ryan Buenafe with a minute and 10 seconds on their shot clock. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Buenafe bodying his way. Turning the ball over to FEU. This time it's Ateneo's turn to go play.
And the Ateneo coaching staff up in arms. Looks like a swipe.
It's not enough for them to win. They have to win by 3 or more.
Yes, exactly.
Garcia for 3. Gets it to go!
And what a time for Aaron Garcia to explode with a 3.
0 out of 4 in the 4th quarter before the big-time 3-ball.
And you could almost hear the sigh of relief from Coach Clem Capascio.
Well, you know what they say, Marco. You don't abandon your superstar, and your superstar won't abandon you.
Yes, especially if he's carried you practically the whole season.
He's got 8 points now. Remember, all of his 13 games, he scored double figures for FEU. Talking about R.R. Garcia. And a stop there by FEU. Now, Garcia is only 1 out of 5 in the 4th quarter. But he has 4 assists. And that big 3.
I remember he created some opportunities, especially for Aldrich Ramos.
4 assists in the 4th quarter. All of his assists. So, you know what they're saying? He finds ways to win. You know what we were saying? We mentioned that Ateneo has outscored FEU 22-12. After we mentioned that, FEU goes on a 7-0 run. As we look at Enrico Villanueva, 7-0 run to snatch this 1-point lead. Of course, the last of which came from that from R.R. Garcia. Aldrich Ramos scoring, Romeo scoring.
Expect the foul here, boom.
Garcia gets away, and there's the foul by Kurt Long.
That will put Ateneo in the penalty, so FEU has 1 more inbounds.
FEU, they win this game regardless of the distance that they have between them and Ateneo. As you look at Chris Chu, they obviously will be number 1. Ateneo still, if they win this by 1 or 2, they will still end up at number 2.
Yes.
And will go up against Adamson in Final 4.
This will send Will Cervantes to the free throw line. Cervantes, a 55% free throw shooter. And both teams, no timeouts, boom. So Ateneo will have to inbound quickly and cross it to the half line.
FEU shooting 9 out of 11 in this whole ball game. Make that 10 out of 12.
These guys have been big, boom. Will Cervantes, Aldrich Ramos, Terrence Romeo, of course.
You know, regardless of the distance, if FEU wins this game, right, let's say 1 or 2, they're going into, let's say, if they meet Ateneo again, let's say that happens in the finals, they psychologically will be going into that matchup winning both games.
Yes, and that is what Coach Norman wanted to avoid.
Exactly. 74-72. Buenafe drives, blocked by Sana. Romeo securing that ball. And a foul given up. Coach Norman Black is livid.
He wanted that foul against Ryan Buenafe. Referees deciding not to call it.
Let's look at that play. Sana staying with him here. It's tough. Oh, you be the judge. And look at Coach Robert Black. Well, that was after the swing that he made. Not at the referee, I mean just a disgusted swing that he made. That gesture of disgust.
Tough to call that also, especially in crunch time.
This may be the only game that Garcia will not go into double figures. And then they might still come out with a win. It's because of the splendid play of this kid, Romeo. Ramos also kept them in there. Cervantes kept them in there. 6 seconds. 74-72.
Yeah, so with one last chance.
And for those who are praying for an Ateneo LaSalle matchup, it is Not looking like right now.
Even if Ateneo pulls out the three-pointer to win
Correct,
this,
correct.
still not enough.
But that will do wonders for Coach Norman Black's team. Oh, they put it back to 7.2, Marco. 74-72. Ateneo with one last play. Teams have no timeout. Both teams over the limit. Last game of the elimination round. And look at the chess match between these two coaches. Montfort on the run. Montfort driving. And that will do it. Coach Norman Black is still up in the grill of the referees. And FEU celebrates. And they are the #1 team. Measure of a little bit of a revenge from last year.
Last season, yes. And it looks like Ateneo will face Adamson
For the first time since 2006 in Final Four play. That was the Ken Bono days. They won that matchup. FEU will go up against LaSalle the first time since 2008. FEU lost that matchup. As we look at this final play, Marco.
Well, it was a good attempt. Good defense by R. Garcia. Could have gone in for Eman Montfort. So again, FEU coming away with the victory, and they really played extremely well, especially with a big R. Garcia three-pointer. The last couple of minutes of this ball game put it out exactly what they needed going to the Final Four.
So the bus is complete for Final Four, and we're ready to roll. 74-72. Score update brought to you by KFC UAAP Snack Box. Score for your school with the Shoot Your Vote promo by KFC. FEU's #1. Ateneo's #2. Adamson #3. LaSalle #4. And this kid, 3 out of 3 from beyond the arc. 3 out of 6 from within the arc. Double-double, Marco. 15 points, 10 huge rebounds for the rookie.
And the big thing about that, Boom, played well without R. Garcia on the floor.
Correct. Back in a moment to wrap this baby up.